Hey guys, today I wanted to talk to you about queen cell protectors. Really, there's only one on the market that I've noticed is the JZBZ queen cell protectors. You can get them with the double ears so that you can drop them down and they'll catch on the top bars, so you can put them in from the top, or you can also push these into the comb. They do make one that doesn't have it on this side. It's just got a longer protrusion on this side for sticking it in the comb, and they're handy. They work out pretty good in most scenarios. For me, I find that my bees, if they don't want this cell, then they go through the bottom and they chew it out, and they'll drag her out that way. Um, with the JZBZ cups, you're protected from the top. With the cell protector, you're protected from the sides. Like I said, with my bees, not all bees will do this, but I've noticed particularly with mine, if they don't want that cell, or they have made a cell already or still have something viable in there, then they're going to cut her out from the bottom, drag her out. For me, though, these are still very handy. This is what I've been using to transport queen cells. My buddy Billy Joe gave me this cooler. It fit perfectly with the test tube foam blocks that he and I use. So these are, I think they hold 50. They're for test tubes. The thing about them is the holes are a little bit tight. So if you have a juicy cell, then you could damage that putting it in. Since they were a little tight, I was just worried about doing some damage to the cells. You don't put that much time into them and effort. You want to keep them safe because they are fragile. These work great inside these little test tube holes. I just push them down in there, and they protect the cells even better, and they support the cups. They make them much easier to remove or put in without worrying at all about damaging the cells. So that's how I like to use these. If you're curious, this is just a little tiny cooler. You put a rag, towel, whatever, on top of some pint jars with hot water from the tap. It works out pretty well for me and for him that way. Um, One thing about that, though, I think it could be improved on. I have some ideas on making a better, cheaper queen cell transporter. Swinty makes one. It's really nice, but it's really pricey. So it's a little out of reach for me on just toting queen cells around. But I have some ideas. I just got to order the parts and get them together. And hopefully I'll be able to share that with you guys later. What I made this video for was I was sitting at my desk here and I looked up and I was looking at this queen cell protector. I keep this one stuck in a slatted rack up there. That slatted rack also came from Rufus Payne, where this came from. Rufus was is a mentor of mine back in Virginia. Very smart man, very knowledgeable, very scientific. He was very generous with me. Just a really good beekeeper and generous in teaching new people. Learned a lot about queen rearing from him. Great guy. So Rufus loved these queen cell protectors. I don't know where he got these from, but he had a bunch of them, and he gave several to me. Unfortunately, I cannot find the rest of mine. This was the only one that I could find when I was moving my stuff over here. So why are these so great? These are great because I've never had bees to chew one out from the bottom in these. It has a tapered spiral bottom. They're very well protected. The great thing about these, they're so big. You can put any size cell you want. I mean, you can put a cell the size of your thumb in there. Well, not my thumb, but most people's thumbs. You put a crooked cell, you know how sometimes they want to bend them that way. These will fit in here. Just about any kind of cell that you can cut off a frame will go in here. You just put a little piece of aluminum. I don't know if that was the intended way, or if maybe they come with something else, a little piece of tin or something, but the way Rufus did it was a little piece of folded aluminum foil. Just made a square and slid it right in, however far or wherever you needed to put it. And that's how I used them. It has a needle that'll stick in most anything. Rufus being an older beekeeper, he had a lot of that Duragilt foundation, pop right through there. And wax foundation, of course, it's going to pop right through as well. So these are great for backyard beekeepers or smaller guys or guys that aren't grafting. For a long time, I made a lot of queens just, through flyback splits and other ways, cut cell methods, You make your cell builder up the same way, but you're just not grafting into it. You place your larva in there and then you remove it with a knife after they've drawn your queen cells out. So those free-form queen cells, they're not uniform, and some of them are very large and they fit perfectly in these. So I think this is a great little tool. I don't know where you get these from. I don't know who made them. So if you know who made these and you know if they're still being manufactured or where to get them from, I would love to hear about it, because I think they're great and I would love to have some on hand for students or other people or just as recommendations, because I think it's a really neat tool. So I appreciate you guys watching. If you know anything about these, let me know and I'll catch you around.